Shall we do this, boys? What do you think? Shall we bother? Yeah, alright, okay. We'll cast a game. We'll cast a game with Pax playing as the Chaos Lord here on Durillo's Forge. Very good map for the Chaos Lord. Going to be facing up against Broowich with the Aversa Assassin with a green backpack. Does that mean we've got green knights? Not grey knights. We've got green knights, boys. Watch out for the green knights. A little bit of camo with the foliage around this map. We are going to be pretty tough for Broowich this one. I think in general fighting Chaos in a 1v1 is a nightmare for Odo Malleus, ironically. And fighting the Chaos Lord, I don't know. Honestly, all three of them are a nightmare. I think honestly the PC is probably the easiest, but they're all troublesome. The Khorne worship is a real problem when fighting the Chaos Lord. Now this is a good engagement for him to start off with. I don't agree with Pax even engaging there. And I mean, you can see why. He did not do a lot of damage at all. Only about, what's that, a third or a quarter of the HP of the Aversa Assassin, and he gave up 5 models of Heretics. Like, not really worth it. Good use of the range stance here. And some pretty good kiting on the other side. Looks like he actually lost a couple of IST, which is not really ideal, but what are you going to do? We got no aspiring champions, so again, this is a really bad engagement here for these Heretics. Yeah, they're just bleeding. Just feeding XP to the Aversa Assassin and the Strike Squad. A little bit of an overextension from Broowich though, he messed up there. It was such a great opening for him. The whole time you see the Chaos Lord's just been capping. That was a really good opening that he kind of just thrown away there when he ran into base and now forced them to retreat. The Aversa Assassin needed to retreat, but not the Strike Squad. They could have definitely stayed in play for a bit longer. So that's a shame. He has conceded a lot of map control for that, but if we have a look at the XP, he has a very large XP lead right now. Now if he's lucky, the IC will manage to snipe one of these models of CSM here. Maybe that one that's been a bit stupid stood out front. But obviously, normally CSM will dominate IST in a ranged firefight, so it's a risky venture. I'm not entirely sure where Pax's resources went. Maybe he just bled so much that it delayed everything. He's obviously gone for double generators and has a Havoc coming out as a result of that, but this is weird, this Doom Blasting. I don't know if Pax is even aware, but that really does not help you. That actually makes your Heretics perform worse. So it's a little bit strange that he's doing that Doom Blasting when he is a very experienced Chaos player. Now if you were wanting to prevent the Strike Squad from running into melee with the CSM, then sure, but that's kind of ideal that they do that, to be honest, and then you just kite with the CSM and you get free damage with your Heretics. So I don't know. It's a bit weird if you ask me. But we're going to have Havoc versus Purgation, and the Havoc will definitely shut down the Purgation here, but they might be able to just stay out of range and get the node here. Oh, it looks like the Havocs have de-set up anyway. They're going to move under the Khorne worship, and this is actually a really bad spot for the Purgation. I don't like this push from Broowich. He's going to have to retreat everything again. Like, these guys here, the IST, are still within the range of the Havoc. IST going to refocus onto the Havoc, but of course the heavy infantry, so they're not going to take a huge amount of damage. Oh, but you've got flanking Strike Squad, which raises the question then, where the hell were the Heretics? So one Heretic was here that finally got the AC, forced off by the Purgs, so this push actually ended up working perfectly. So I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. The other Heretic was down bottom, not really achieving a whole lot. And looks like the Strike Squad, oh wow, one more hit would have wiped the Havocs, but actually saved there by a very good Doom Blast this time. Don't really feel like the Chaos Lord himself has really had much value yet, mostly just been a capping unit kind of thing. Could have been a nice kill of the week there, would have got him to full HP, done a bit of damage. Interesting. The Aversa Assassin went all the way back to the gen farm. Now, yeah, I mean, he's okay. He does a decent amount of DPS, 40 DPS without his Psychon. Now he's got a decent little pistol as well. So these heretics seem to be careful. He'll be able to do a lot of damage to a retreating model here with the neurotoxin. Yeah, a bit of a slow response from Pax. Very, very close to wiping the squad there. Neurotoxin, oh, he's gonna get him! He bloody gets them! Neurotoxin pistol, well, Executioner pistol with a neurotoxin ability does the job. Now that is a shorter range weapon than most. In fact, it's not. What am I talking about? It's a 38 DPS, even though it's a sidearm. 38 range, even though it's a sidearm. Well, getting caught by the Havocs here, though. Just about half a second too late there, and forcing melee onto the Havocs. A little bit of miss micro all around. But that's nice. Creates balanced games, right? Very, very weird to see an Auto Malleus player with this much of a lead in terms of VPs in a 1v1. Normally the Auto Malleus gets kind of wrecked in tier 1 and then starts scaling up and getting better as the game goes on. But as it stands right now, you know, Pack's down to 3 units and significantly behind on VPs. 200 VPs behind, basically. No, wait, what am I talking about? Oh my god, I'm reading it completely wrong. I don't know why, how I managed to just do that. Pax is ahead on VPs, which, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. That's normally the case, so fair enough. But, well, actually, I was going to say, but Pax is behind on tech. I don't know, guys. This is what I was thinking. Should I even cast this? Yeah. Turns out Pax is both ahead in tech and ahead in VPs, but down on units. And XP, oh, really behind on XP. There's no way these are level 2. Oh my god, not even close. Yeah, really behind on XP actually, so I don't know. Given the power of Auto Malleus gets exponentially better in tier 2. I'm a little bit worried for Pax, if I'm being honest. Now there is a potential to kill the Aversa Assassin here. Will the heretics rotate to get the kill? No, he doesn't see it. Oh, for God's sake. Come on, Pax. I think he could have got there, you know. It'd only have been like 2 hits from a heretic. I think he definitely could have got that. Did that kill a model? Fair enough. Just gonna do a bit of bashing here with the heretics. Getting caught by the Purgation, but the Purgation in turn getting caught by the heretics, getting doom blasted. Somehow don't drop a model. I guess because the lead model of the Purgation is died last or something. I don't know what's going on with that. It's weird. Hope it gets changed. Has Tri-Squad just tanking CSM and Havoc Fire right now to get the Gen Bash? But don't want to risk bleeding a model. I think that's fine, I guess. It would have been a coin toss whether they lost the model and killed the Gen. Now, I suppose if there's one tool in the arsenal of chaos to deal with that Auto Malleus tier 2, it is, again, ironically, going to be the demons of Khorne, the Bloodletters. And we'll see how effective they are. Certainly with good heretic worship usage, they could do very well. I would be getting the CSM off the field right now. They're extremely low, could bleed a model any second. I'm going to go for it with the grenade, and they somehow live. Can you believe it? 170 HP and 3 models. Very fortunate there for Pax. First purchase is going to be a Terminator Librarian here for Broowich. Not a bad choice. I like the Terminator Librarian plus the Razorback against Chaos. And of course the Justicar here on the Strike Squad is a bit of a no-brainer. So going to energy burst these Bloodletters, drain their energy. Oh, he kept the CSM in play, and that isn't no banishment. That was a smite from the Auto Malleus Librarian, bringing the CSM down to very, very low HP. Now we've got a bit of a blood sacrifice going on. I'm going to summon some free Bloodletters, but mostly negated. I mean, right now, actually, they've got a good amount of energy left, and they're still chopping away at the Strike Squad, so that's a little bit annoying. Now, they're going to dissipate there, though. They can last quite a long time. I mean, I think they literally last infinitely if you can keep your heretics worshipping them. But this is nice, Terminator Librarian right now. Oh, yeah, the Bloodletters prevented it. I was going to say, immune to suppression because he's in that Terminator armor. He can technically just run through and tie up the Havocs, but Doesn't want to do that because it's going to take a lot of damage off of him, and the Bloodletters were there obviously to finish him off. So, Aversa Assassin gets a nice little flank going. Gonna chop up a few heretics now. Weird delay on the retreat there. Might kill another model with a neurotoxin, not sure. No, doesn't look like it, okay. He has opted for the charge armor, the assault armor, so that gives him his charge ability, and it also gives him extra max HP and 2 HP per second regen, so... to be honest, I don't really know why this war gear gives him such amazing regen, now that I think about it. Because generally his tanky melee hero regen kind of armor that melee heroes often have, well, that's technically his tier 1 armor. So we're going to see the charge right now. He gets that speed boost, but he's going to charge charges right into the wreck point. Not ideal. Might even pay for it with his life, but it's a dodgy situation. Yeah, because he did get that neurotoxin off, and the Terminator Librarian was very close. Potential here for a big Let the Galaxy Burn. You see the grenade icon here above the Chaos Lord's head. But now he's just going to take a melee fight with Strike Squad, which is not a good idea when he doesn't have Icon of Corn and Lightning Claws. Lightning Claws. He's just going to get wrecked. He doesn't do enough DPS to kill the super tanky Strike Squad. And you can see right now, the Grey Knights are kind of bullying Chaos in melee. Strike Squad right now, just too durable. Needs to get some Zinchka Space Marines onto that, really. Purgation here will actually be able to suppress the CSM and actually probably win that 1v1, since the CSM were not microed very well. 2 of the Bloodletters do fall there, and a bunch more Heretics, and I think the problem really is that the levels for Broodwich's forces are kind of getting out of control. Level 3 Strike Squad already, so these guys are super tanky, and even level 2.5 for both of these IST, level 4 for the Aversa Assassin, and level 2 and a bit for the Purgation over here. Not doing a lot of damage to these CSM. They are heavy infantry with 3 models, so not really the ideal target for the Purgation, but the CSM in return aren't really doing a lot to the Purgation. They need to force melee, I think. Catches out a couple of models there with the Let the Galaxy Burn. Doesn't actually... Okay, he gets one then with the bolter. Oh no, the Terminator Librarian is going to die. Oh wow. I don't know how he managed to have the Terminator Librarian in that position. Like, why? What? In fact, can you guys go back in the video and see if this guy just fell over? He didn't actually have a death animation. If so, that needs updating. The mod did update the Brother Captain, but perhaps didn't update the Terminator Librarian. I mean, that is a big loss, because that Terminator Librarian is really, really nice against the Bloodletters, the Sanctuary ability, and then even if the Bloodletters start getting levels, and so can proc specials against your strikes, obviously not really a threat in this case, it's level 3 versus level 1, you can use Might of the Titan, and then all of a sudden the enemy can't get any special attacks on you. But Broodwich is going to be getting a Grey Knight Dreadnought, so you have to assume that's probably going to be having the melee upgrade, so that'll make it an extremely powerful melee walker. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the cybernetic enhancement there. That was a bit strange timing. Gives you a heal over time and it halves the cooldowns, but he'd already used the neurotoxin. So I don't know if Broodwich is aware of how that works. I mean, maybe he just wanted to reduce cooldown on his charge ability. So because that ability was already on cooldown, if you use an ability then that reduces cooldowns, it won't affect it. Abilities that reduce CDR only apply... Well, their effect only applies to abilities that are not already on cooldown. So you activate Cybernetic Enhancement for so many seconds, let's say 10 seconds, I don't know how long it is, you have the CDR halved buff. Then, whilst you have the CDR halved buff, if you ever get any, you ever use any abilities, they will go on only half the cooldown that they normally go on. But if the ability is already on cooldown, it does nothing. So we've got an Inferno Cannon right now, which is actually kind of convenient because there is literally no AV right now for packs. So he can just use the Inferno Cannon to get a nice little timing push actually and burn these gens down. Now, Plague Marines will be coming out, and all of the supporting forces are actually forced off right now, so this is a bit of a dodgy position for the Dreadnought. Really a shame that he couldn't have finished off all these gens, but... Easily able to out-DPS the healing here. But yeah, of course they just do that. Of course they do. And now there's Plague Marines, which can potentially get buff speed from the Khorne worship. But a lot of damage there coming in from the Dreadnought. Honestly, kind of brave for the Plague Marines. Not the Plague Marines, sorry, for the Heretics to be worshipping there. Okay, Aversa Assassin really needs to get out. He's going to die. What's he doing? Strange. I don't know why he kept him in that long. It was a nice play to charge through so that the Dreadnought could just force off the Heretics, have a good time. Plague Marine's probably going to lose another model here as well. It's a lot of bleed for packs. Wow, they don't lose a model. Unbelievable. Fucking classic Plague Marines. Oh, this could be a big Let the Galaxy Burn. Ooh, a little bit short. Kind of aimed it here. I guess he thought, well, I don't know. Why you wouldn't run to the Chaos Lord? That would be bold. So Broowich did a really good job actually dodging that, and therefore keeping his IST in place, and now they can repair the Dreadnought, which is really nice for him. Because this is one of the downsides of the Grey Knight melee Dreadnought. I mean, you can see here, with 1,600 HP for a tier 2 walker is honestly kind of insane, but it takes a very long time to heal it up with your 2 IST. So that's going to be a lot of map control, kind of negated right now. Wait, where did the Bloodletters go? Oh, I thought I'd seen them teleporting there. Maybe they just finished their teleport. Trying to get the Purgation, which is currently in the Garrison, with a Psy Cannon. Outputting some pretty good damage in all honesty. Look at this thing. Actually kills a Bloodletter. Maybe getting another one getting super low. One Strike Squad model goes down and a bunch more Heretics are killed. Kill Surprise. That is an autocannon setting up though, and that thing does splash damage, so that will do damage to units and garrisons, and of course the Bloodletters are now chilling here, ready to kill them. But in fact, the Psy Cannon is trading very well with this autocannon, and it fucking beats it! Oh my goodness. What a play putting the Psy Cannon in this garrison. It's done absolutely amazing. Jeez. Oh wow, and Pax fully retreats because there is now an Aversa Assassin in here with the Bio Meltdown. And he fears losing his entire army at this point. And so the Purgation can actually get out, but Broodwitch is so happy he hasn't moved it. Now he's realised, like, oh shit, it's alive! Probably he just accepted that this fucker was gonna die. I don't know how he lived, but yeah, Purgation did amazing there with that Psy Cannon. Very, very impressive. Pack's not happy. Yeah, I mean, wow, the range on the Psy Cannon. Very, very impressive indeed. Just the way it just completely murked that Havoc, jeez. Whole thing. It was tough as well because you kind of expected he would have been shooting at the CSM as they were closer to him, but I don't know, that Psy Cannon was just very clever. Not really seeing much value here from the Armour of the Inferno. Don't really like it. Seems like it's been a waste. Now we've got Psychon, Neuro Gauntlet, Aversa Assassin running into the Chaos Lord. I'm afraid the Chaos Lord does not want any of this. We could probably take him if he had the Lightning Claws and Icon of Khorne, but yeah, basic Chaos Lord, no chance. Just doesn't do any damage. The Aversa Assassin literally does about triple the damage without Psychon that the basic Chaos Lord can do. So with Psychon, I mean, it's getting a bit silly. That's like 4.5 times the damage of the Chaos Lord. This is not going to be a good position for the Psy Cannon, and I'm not sure about taking the Garrison here. I mean, there's no anti-Garrison still. So Pax actually does back off. Fair enough. Now this Psychonic can guard that part of the map. Now there's a little bit more to contest the Aversa Assassin right now, but the Dreadnought is re-engaging. So the Aversa's just trying to focus down the Plague Marines. Now going to turn around and try and, what, bleed the Bloodletters? Oh, he kills the CSM model. He was going after the CSM. Very tanky. Does he still have his charge? I'm going to assume he does, because he's committing very deep right now. Blood Sacrifice going, yeah, he still has the charge, so he uses the charge to escape. Nice play with the Aversa there, very nice play. Did a lot of damage, did a lot of bleed. This is a pretty dodgy situation though. We've got a Mark of Khorne Dreadnought that probably will beat the Grey Knight Dreadnought 1v1, but the real issue is the Plague Marines nearby, which of course can snare the Grey Knight Dreadnought. But the IST is still in play. The Blood Sacrifice ones got forced off. And pops one of the Plague Marine models. A little bit of miss micro there from Pax. Very slow to turn around. Now he wastes his missile, shooting it accidentally at the IST. Not great. So this Dreadnought just needs to get out of there. The Strike Squad need to perhaps energy burst the Bloodletters and then just tie up the Plague Marines in melee. Yep. No, he turns the Dreadnought around. Not a good idea. Plague Marines need to be careful. All the Strike Squad are on top of them. Wow, they... Oh my god, oh, he loses the Plague Marines. I think he's screwed. The knockback, though, from the Plague Marine explosion, putting the Strike Squad in a lot of danger, but somehow they're getting out. Okay, only 2 models now. I was going to say somehow they get out with 3 models, but not quite. 2. But that's all he needed. Level 4. And Broodwitch has gone tier 3 and has a Vortimer Razorback on the way, which against this Chaos Dreadnought of Khorne, which now has no ranged AV, is... Well, yeah, he's just food for this Vortimer, basically. And there's no AV because the Plague Marines have just been killed. Now, the game is still going on because the VPs favour Pax, but honestly, well, yeah, Broodwitch should have this. Like, looking at the comps, Broodwitch's comp is way better, but yeah, Pax has just got to play a VP game right now. He doesn't, technically, Pax does not need to win any army versus army fights right now to actually win the game, that's the thing. 63 VPs is not a lot for Broodwitch, especially when 2 of his ISCs are constantly stuck repairing this Grey Knight Dreadnought. But Vortimer Razorback is on the field now. Given that he just killed the Plague Marines, I think he should be being a little bit more aggressive. Okay, fair enough, he's pulling at bottom to deal with the Chaos Lord, which is important right now because VPs are kind of everything. He needs to get that VP. Yeah, ISC still stuck, repairing. Aversa Assassin probably going to go up top, and Strike's going to get on the VP down bot. So now that frees up the Vortimer, got rid of that Chaos Lord. Not going to be disrupting any caps with his abilities. Now the Vortimer can run mid, but because it's took so long, there is actually a Plague Marine squad now on the field. A replacement one. So that's not ideal, but the Aversa Assassin has actually opted to come to the mid here. He's going to charge forward, tie up the Plague Marines. Let's keep an eye on his HP. Vortimer Razorback probably wants to swap its focus now to the Dreadnought. We've got a Bio Meltdown being activated, but we also have some idle IST. The Aversa Assassin will be taken out there by the Khorne Dreadnought. The Strike Squad are moving in from the south. They're going to go and tie up the Plague Marine. Vortimer Razorback is now free to focus fire down the Khorne Dreadnought, which has activated Blood Rage, so it's not going to be taking any damage for a while. However, yeah, that's now turned off, and you can see, oh my god, is it getting melted? Indeed, it melts. And nice splash damage there from the Dreadnought, going to finish off the Heretics as well. But it looks like the Strike Squad might be going down. Bloodletters not very good at retreat killing. Oh, they were summoned Bloodletters as well. Oh, come on, CSM. Wow, they let the Strike Squad get away there with maybe like 8 HP or something. Literally a couple more shots from those CSM Inferno Bolters would have wiped that squad, and that would have been huge for Pax. Pax got Broodwitch down to 6 VPs. Can you believe it? Where was the Chaos Lord that entire time? Oh no, the Chaos Lord was already at base, wasn't he? Because he got forced off down bot. Wow, incredible. I don't even know who took the top VP. If it was like... I feel like both the ISTs were there in the mid, and the Aversa Assassin. I don't know who took the top VP. I also don't know when the Purgation got killed either. In the Garrison near the mid VP. Jeez. Plague Marines are in a good position here though, snaring the Warhammer. No Heretic support though is really sad, because it means they're going to be so slow. Oh, and here comes an orbital bombardment. Okay, fair enough. Trying to get the position that the Havocs will last in. Autocannon Havoc, but yeah, this is... I mean, this should be the game in favour of Broowich. It just absolutely annihilates the Havoc there with the Dreadnought and the Orbital. Yeah, and the CSM 4 HP could literally be killed by the las guns. And he does it with 6 VPs remaining. I don't know what happened with the passage of play to get Broowich down to 6 VPs. I don't know how Broowich got this VP up top, but I feel like Pax definitely could have won that. I mean, of course he could. He got his opponent down to 6 VPs. And it was funny because he was actually... It felt like he was getting wrecked in the combat for most of this game. Certainly if we look at the XP differential, that would kind of agree to it. In fact, by the end, actually, you do have level 3 Chaos Space Marines as well, but I imagine the Strike Squad were level 4 for a very long time. Even the IST are level 4 each. Chaos Lord level 3, Aversa Assassin level 7.5, so yeah. Even the Grey Knight Dreadnought got to level 4. You don't see that often, to be honest, and this wasn't a super long game either. Obviously, Walkers come out so late that they very rarely can get to the level 4. But that just shows you how many Chaos units were getting killed here. There was no chance for Pax to ever leave tier 2. I actually feel like Pax... we never seen him use the Bloodlust Global. I feel like that could have been useful in some of those army versus army fights. I know he loves his Blood Sacrifice. He spams the hell out of that. I don't really like that Global that much. I feel like just save up for Bloodlust. It's way better. But either way, he nearly had it. Not quite. And for once, the Grey Knights are actually going to beat the dirty Heretics this time. Thank you for tuning in, folks. That's going to be all from your boy Torpid. Signing out.